Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about certain aspect of yoga or certain type of yoga that might be very important in your spiritual evolvement if you are already ready to progress with this type of yoga, because different types of yoga, they require your development on certain level to really be in line the energy that they can deliver, the energy that can populate through your whole body, through your whole spinal cord, through your whole chakras, so that you are on the very level that is enough to receive them without really overheating the system. This type of yoga is for me, I discovered this type of yoga, although I'm not yet practicing this type of yoga, as I have to find a master that can teach me that, is Kriya yoga. This type of yoga is well described and well populated by Paramhansa Yogananda in his autobiography of Yogi, and his highlight is that it's one of the ultimate yoga types that can connect you to the highest consciousness. He mentioned that this type of yoga was really the ancient yoga that was brought back to our to the previous century or even century before by one of the big yoga masters, and this yoga basically is about the evolvement to the highest consciousness, to in Christianity we might tell Christ consciousness, so the ultimate aspect of our being, the ultimate aspect that creates us. And this aspect of yoga is called Kriya yoga, and this yoga is very much focusing on oneness with the divine, on finding the resonance with this ultimate voice that creates the universe, that is really the voice of creation. And this yoga is unique in this aspect as well, in terms of how well you can evolve the mind, the brain, really in direction of feeling the spirituality, reaching higher and higher levels of consciousness or awareness of the brain about your spiritual aspect. So as in this yoga science about Kriya yoga, they mention that half a minute of this yoga equals a year of really bringing back this aspect of our brain in natural way. So half a minute gives this much of improvement. Let's say like 8 hours, which is quite normal for yogis, maybe it's not that normal for the Western world, is an equivalent of around 1,000 years of evolution of the brain, and it's during the year it's around 365,000 as the year has days of years of evolution that you do during the year versus just a year of evolution of the brain's consciousness. If you don't do those yoga practices, if you just are expanding on a regular basis, and that gives in 3 years around or even more than 1 million hours of really million years of evolution of the brain during 3 years of meditation of Kriya yoga. And evolution, it's not like the brilliance, it's going or reaching this spiritual aspect of yourself that each and everyone has. So while practicing this type of yoga, other types as well, but this one specific, very quickly you might grow on your spiritual energetical levels, and to reach the consciousness that is required as well for your spiritual consciousness, the consciousness that already the brain discovers, which is such a huge knowledge, such a huge opportunity, such a huge opening as well to discover what those big yogis that we know in our current times, that were present in past times. Some say that as well parts of this yoga or a very similar practice was practiced by disciples of Jesus Christ, St. Paul, St. John, as well this type of meditation that gives you the consciousness of the universe, consciousness of this highest self, of God, as we call in religions, the creator that creates us in every day. This is such a beautiful aspect of this yoga type, and this yoga type is quite unique because you as well need to find the proper master that knows how this yoga works. And this yoga works as well as most of the yoga types. It bases on the breath as well, bases on the breath and focusing on this sound of the universe and finding the unity with the universe. So I wanted to just highlight that aspect of yoga. There are as well other types of yoga, other types that are on different, that energize you on different aspect, but most of them, or if not all, they are about union. Yoga is union, so you want to reach the union not only with your body, with your mind, but with your soul, with your whole human being, as a synergy of all those elements that are visible and the energies that are invisible, that spread outside our physical body, to ultimately reach the ultimate consciousness of who we really are and what aspects of this environment that we live in we should impact as our human vehicle, so mind and body, and as well as aspects of our consciousness, spiritual consciousness, that we would like to reach in this human journey that we have. So I highly advise really to check those yoga types that exist. You can start with yogas that practice only the physical aspects of yourself, but you can then start to meditate, start to really go farther into your practice of being with yourself, energizing yourself. They as well, what is advised is that these yoga types that focus really on energizing yourself, on delivering the oxygen to your cells to energize them, they as well have very good impact on the sleeping time. So you don't need that much of a sleep, because during the meditation as well, this consciousness that you reach during the sleep, it's present during the meditation. So your cell bodies, cells of the body, they get energized, they get the oxygen, and they really have like a refresh that we usually have by disconnecting this whole aware functionality when we just participate in daily life and when we are sleeping. So start with any type of meditation, anytime, early morning, evening, night. Just try to be with yourself. Sometimes taking a walk and focusing on the new things on the road is just enough to start. So practice any type of yoga. This Kriya yoga is the ultimate one I found on my path. I was made aware that this one exists. I was looking for this ultimate way of reaching this highest consciousness, and I'll try to practice it, try to find the real master that really delivers this type of yoga, really to connect as much as possible with my spiritual aspects, so that I can as well try to translate those experiences into the videos I do for you. And for myself as well. It's not like I'm doing it only for you. I learn a lot, or I am made aware a lot about those things, because I want to share it, and that is as well the idea for you. So thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. All the best, and enjoy the day, anytime, any situation. That's good starting point for yoga. Then enjoy yoga on top of that. Bye.